So today's class will discuss about Blowfish algorithm and maximum RC5 also. So in the last class we discussed about idea algorithm, and now today Blowfish algorithm. So it is also a symmetric block cipher. So what is symmetric? Symmetric means the same key is used at the encryption and decryption. Okay, and block cipher in the sense the given plain text is divided into blocks and each block is encrypted or decrypted. So that is block cipher, and it is being designed by Bruce Skinner in 1993-94. Okay, so what are the characteristics of this Blowfish algorithm? That is, the first one is fast implementation on 32-bit CPUs. Okay, so it is mainly focusing on this 32-bit CPUs and higher versions also. Okay, so 18 clock cycles per byte it will be working on. So compact in use of memory, uses less than 5 KB. So very less memory it will use. So the storage problem is also not there. And then coming to simple structure for analysis or implementation. So the encryption algorithms mainly the encryption complexity should be more, but in the designing it should be simple enough. So and Blowfish is having this particular characteristic, that is simple structure for analysis. That is, we can analyze easily the structure and also it can be implemented easily. Okay, so variable security by varying key size. So you can change the key size also. If the key size is increased, the security will be increased. Okay, so allows tuning for speed or security trade-off. So if you want to have more security or more speed, accordingly you can set your key size. So that those are the characteristics of Blowfish. Now how it using the key? Okay, so Blowfish is using a 32 to 448 bit key. So what I told you in the last step, previous slide, this is okay. Here the variable security by varying key size. So the key size is varying, right? So you can use what is the key size. So minimum is 32 and maximum you can raise up to 448 bit key. So that is what the keys you can have, right? And this key, whatever the key you are taking, so that will be divided into 18 32-bit subkeys. So you are going to expand the key. So if you are using 32-bit key, so you have to expand up to 448. If you are using 448 bit itself, that 448 itself is being divided into 18 parts. Okay, if you are using only 32 bit, so that has to be expanded to 448. How it will be expanded? That 32 bits will be repeated. Clear? So repeated so that it will be around 448. Okay, you can have any number in between 32 to 448, no issue with that. So that key has to be maximum size is 448. So that will be divided into 18 parts. Okay, 18 subkeys, and those subkeys are stored in P1 to P18 arrays. Clear? So that is said to be what? P array. And this Blowfish is going to use a S-box concept. Okay, idea is not going to use S-box concept, but Blowfish uses S-box. S-box means substitution box. Okay, so that substitution box is of an array Sij. Okay, I is the number of rows and j is the number of columns. Okay, so you can have how many rows? There are 4 rows and you can have up to 0 to 255 columns. Okay, so that is I, j. So S box. Now coming to the block diagram of Blowfish encryption algorithm and decryption algorithm. So when you observe, encryption and decryption both are identical. Clear? Both are identical. That is, whatever the operation you are performing at encryption, the same kind of operation you perform at the decryption side also. So for the encryption, plain text is input, ciphertext is output. And coming to decryption, ciphertext is input and plain text is output. And here we are taking a plain text of 64 bits. And that 64 bits is being divided into 2 halves. Okay, so and then we are performing how many number of rounds it is going to have? It is having 16 rounds. And when you observe the structure, it is also following the Feisel structure. Clear? So Feisel structure or Feistel structure, whatever the pronunciation you use. So that is what the Feisel structure it is using. Okay, so how many number of rounds it is using? 16 rounds. And when you observe the keys, so keys we are storing into P1 to P18 array. So that is what P arrays we are going to call. So P1 we are using in the round 1 and P2 in round 2 and so on, P16 in round 16, and other than this, at the last round, after the 16th round, one swapping will be done. And then we are using P18 and P17. Okay, so P17 and P18. So totally how many we are using? We are using 18 keys, and each key is of 32 bit sub keys. Okay, so 32 bits. And this we are using one function in each round. We are going to have a round function that we are representing with f, and in this f, the round function, we are going to use the substitution box. Okay, so we are going to use the substitution box. How the operation will be, we'll see later. And when you observe one more thing, in the encryption we are using from P1 to P18, but coming to the decryption we are using from P18 to P1. So that is, we are applying in the reverse order. Clear? So the keys in the encryption in the forward order from P1 to P18, and keys in the decryption, that is in the reverse order, P18 to P1. Okay, so here what the operation we are going to perform. So the input block is divided into two halves. So left half and right half, that we are representing with LE0 and RE0. So for round 1, that is LE minus 1, LEI minus 1 is what? LE0. Okay, REI minus 1 is RE0. Clear? So here what we are doing, the left half we are applying this P1. So this operation is XOR operation we are going to perform. So the left half is XORed with the P1 and the resultant is taken as the right half for the next round. Clear? And whatever the left half we are XORing, that resultant, that is nothing but RE, right half of the next round. So that will be given to the round function. Clear? So here the substitution operation will be performed. How I will show you in the next slide. Okay, so here the substitution will be performed and the resultant will be XORed with this this RE0. Okay, so like right half we are XORing with this output and the resultant will be taken as left half for the next round. Okay, so what is happening? Left half is XORed with P1 and that resultant is given to the function as well as the right half of the next round. Clear? And here the right half will be XORed with the resultant of the function and the resultant will be given as left half of the next round. So this will be continued until 16 rounds. So after 16 rounds, a swap again. So left half will be given to the right hand and right half is given to the left hand. Okay, so like this we are going to again perform this XORing with the P17 and P18. So LE16 is XORed with the P17 and that is generating RE17. Okay, RE16 is XORed with the P18 and that is generating LE17. Okay, so both together we are getting what? The ciphertext. The same operation for the decryption, but the keys are implemented in the reverse order. So this is what the Blowfish encryption algorithm and decryption algorithm. Okay, so now that is what whatever we discussed here, so that we are representing in the terminology, like how we are using addition and XOR operation. Okay, so what we are doing here, the addition will be used in the S boxes. So how it is, I'll show you. Okay, how many number of rounds? There are 16 rounds. So 16 rounds we are going to perform the same operation. Ri is how it is generating Li minus 1, that is previous left half will be XORed with Pi. Li minus 1 is XORed with Pi. Okay, and Li is equals to, that is next left half how it is generated, F of, that is we are applying the round function on the right, on the resultant, this Ri we are supplying here. Okay, so that will be XORed with Ri minus 1. So that is what this operation. Okay, Ri minus 1 is XORed with the resultant of function. Okay, so for this function what we are giving the input, that is nothing but Ri, right? So that is what the operation we are showing here. And the last round, so last round L17 and R17, how we are performing, R16 is XORed with P18 and L16 is XORed with P17, sorry, this is P17. Okay, so that is about this operation. And coming to the function, so what is the function? That is the round function. How it is performed? In this one, the whatever the input, this is Ri input. Ri input is divided into 4 parts. Okay, so that is been divided into 4 parts, and that will be given as the input to this F, and we are going to perform. So 4 parts, 32-bit Ri, how many 4 parts means each one will be having 8 bits. Okay, so 8 bits we are, how we are performing, Si comma 1 comma A. Okay, so there are what, 4 rows, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 in S box. Okay, and coming to the columns, that is from 0 to 255. So A, what is the 8-bit number, what it is representing, that particular column. B, that is the next 8 bits, whatever the number it is representing, that particular column. So C, next 8 bits, and again A. So like this we are going to perform this operation. Okay, so F is the operation. So how it is going to perform? So see here, 4 S boxes. S. Okay, so this 32 bits we are dividing into 4 parts, and how we are performing? So addition, then XOR, then addition. Okay, as we have seen in the previous one. Okay, so and this is what the operation F. So where we are using the S box, and then the resultant will be XORed with this Ri minus 1 to generate Li. Right. So this is how the single round blowfish will be working. Right. So what is the advantage of this? Okay, so here if we are providing the large key, so brute force attack is not practical. Brute force means what? Trying the number of possible keys. Okay, so continuously checking for the keys. Okay, if we are going to have a larger key size, it is highly impossible to identify what is the key, right? And key dependent S boxes and sub keys make analysis very difficult. Okay, so what we are doing, we are going to perform the S boxes. How we are going to use the S boxes? Here you can see. So 32-bit keys we are going to generate, and S boxes are Si comma J. Okay, so we are using 4 rows and 0 to 255 columns. So to represent the S boxes. Okay, so that is what very difficult to analyze. Okay, and then changing both halves in each round increases the security. So what we are doing, we are going to swap in each round. After the operation, we are going to swap in each round. You can see here, each round we are performing swapping. So that swapping is increasing the security. So that is about blowfish algorithm. Now coming to the next algorithm is RC5. Okay, so RC5 algorithm, it is also a block cipher algorithm, but it is providing this option, so you can vary key size. That means what, different key sizes you can use, different input data sizes you can use, number of rounds you can have vary. Okay, so if you observe DES algorithm using fixed 16 rounds. Okay, blowfish algorithm 16 rounds. Okay, like this we are having what, fixed size. But here if you go for RC5, you can have what? Different number of rounds, key sizes and data sizes. Okay. Then very clean and simple design. So you are going to use a very simple design to implement this RC5. Easy implementation on various CPUs. Okay. It's still regarded as secure. Okay, as it is easily implemented, but still it is represented as what? Regarded as secure one. Okay, so now coming to RC5, so how it is varying? So what are the, I told you that means what? It can vary the input data size, okay, that means word size, and it can vary the number of rounds, and also it can vary the key size. But what are the different word sizes or number of rounds or key sizes are supported? So now you can see word size in bits. Okay, so we are representing RC5 with W, R and B. W means word size, that is input data size. Okay, block size, how much it is. It can be what? 16 or 32 or 64. Okay, that we are going to represent as 2W. Right, so 16 means what? 2W means the data is of what? 32 bit. Okay, 32 means the data is of what? 2W. 2 into 32, 64. So like this it will be varying. And then R. R is what? Number of rounds. How many number of rounds it can have? So 0 to 255 rounds it is possible. Clear? And B. Number of bytes in key. How many number of bytes you can have? Here not bits. Okay, it is bytes. So you can take a key size from 0 to 255 bytes. Okay, so that is about the W, R and B. So what are the nominal versions in RC5? That is 32 or 12 or 16. Okay, so that is 32. Nominal version means standardized version what we are using. So a 32-bit word, so that encrypts what? 32 2W, right? So word size is 32 we are mentioning. So 2W means 64-bit data block we are using. Okay, and number of rounds can be varying actually 0 to 255, but a nominal version is using what? 12 rounds of this RC5, right, with 16 bytes of secret key. 16 byte means we are using 128-bit key, right? So that is what the basic characteristics and how it is using this key. So RC5 uses 2R plus 2 subkeys. Okay, so 2R plus 2 means R is what? Number of rounds. So how many number of rounds I require? In each one, 2 subkeys for each round. Clear? 2 subkeys for each round means I require 2, and for additional operation I require 2 subkeys in the last round. Okay, so after the last round additional operations will perform in Pfizer structure similarly. Okay, 2R plus 2. So totally how many I require? 2R plus 2. So that we are going to store in an array called S array. Okay, so that S array we are taking from 0 to T minus 1. So the T minus 1 is nothing but 2R plus 2 minus 1. 2R plus 2 minus 1 means 2R plus 1. Okay, so if I require 2R plus 2. So I am storing from what? 0 onwards. So 0 to 2R plus 1. So those many subkeys we are going to store in the S array. So here how this key is expanded. So generally whatever the key sizes we are supplying here, we can supply here 128-bit key. Okay, so here, so how many I require? 2R plus 2. If I am using 12 rounds, so 12 into 2, 24 plus 2. Okay, so 24 plus 2, that is 28 words. Yes or no? 28 sub-key words. Each word is of what? W. W means what? How many bits? 32 bits. So 32 into 26. So those many bits I require. So how I am going to fill the remaining bits? If I am using only 128-bit key, I need to fill the remaining ones. So how do I fill the remaining ones? That filling is done by using what? Pseudo random bits. Okay. So we are going to expand by generating pseudo random bits from the original key. Clear? So we are going to have this certain amount of one-wayness. So we are expanding the key using the pseudo random. So that's why it is very difficult to identify the key from S. So why? Because we are taking the key and expanding into what? S array, and that is how we are expanding, by generating the random numbers. So from the random numbers, generating the original key is very difficult. So certain amount of one-wayness is there, so it is very difficult to determine key from S. So even though this S is known, identifying the key is very difficult. So that is the main characteristic of RC5. And the block diagram. So you can see here the block diagram. The plain text is divided into two halves. Okay, so you are performing addition operation, XOR operation, and shift operation. Okay, in each round we are going to have here XOR, shift, and addition. XOR, shift, and addition. And additionally, before this one, before each round, before the first round itself, we are performing this addition operation. So we divide the plain text into two halves, A and B, so that we are performing addition with S0 and S1. So this is the first additional operations. Generally, Physal structure, after the last round we will be having additional operation. But coming to this RC5, initially only we are going to perform this operation. Okay, and after how many number of rounds, that depends upon RC5. Okay, because it is supporting 0 to 255 rounds, and nominal rounds are what? 12. Okay, so here we are taking what? R means what? Anything between 0 to 255. So round 1 to round R. So here, as we are starting from S0, so it will be up to what? 2R plus 1. Clear? So this is what the encryption. And coming to the decryption also what? Here instead of addition we are using the subtraction. Okay, XOR is similar. As we are using left shift here, we are going for the right shift in the decryption operation. Again, for in place of addition we are using subtraction. Okay, so that is the only difference in encryption to decryption. Okay, so here we are not applying the keys in the reverse order. What we are doing? For the place of addition we are using subtraction. For the place of left shift we are using right shift. Okay, so that is what the difference in encryption and decryption when you come to RC5 algorithm. Okay, so whatever I told you here, the same I am representing here. So left half and right half, A is added with S0 and B is added with S1, so that we can generate left and right. Okay, L0 and R0. And for each round what we are performing? We are performing XOR, left shift, and addition. So for which we are performing XOR? Li minus 1 and Ri minus 1. You can see here Li minus 1 and Ri minus 1 we are performing XOR. Li, that is here Li minus 1 for round 1 is what? Le0. Okay, Le0 and Re0 is XORed, right? And Re0 is left shifted. Okay, that resultant is left shifted with this Re0, right? And then we are performing what? Addition with 2. Okay, so here you can see 2 into I. Okay, what is the current round? 1. So here S2. Okay, so this is for Li minus LEI. Okay, for LEI, that is Li, left half. And coming to right half, what we are performing? XOR with Li. Ri minus 1 is XORed with Li, that is left shifted with Li, plus 2I plus 1. Okay, so here S3. So current round is 1. So 2I is 2 plus 1 is 3. So that we are going to perform. So this is what the operation in each round. Okay, so it is just like what we are performing 2 DES rounds. Each round we are performing 2 DES rounds. Okay, so that is what that complexity is more in RC5. Okay, designing implementation is simple. Why? Because it is using only XOR and left shift and addition operation. Okay, so it is not going for what? Substitution boxes. It is simply going for what? XOR, left shift, and addition, subtraction, addition, subtraction it is using. Okay, so that is the main advantage of RC5 over DES algorithm. So DES algorithm, what it is doing, it is using expansion function, then substitutions, permutations it is using. But the implementation here it is what? Very simple with XOR, left shift, addition and subtraction operations. Okay, so as already discussed, there are what a reasonable number of rounds is what 12 to 16 you can use anything. Okay, so it is simple and data dependent relations is there, so you can have this RC5 encryption and decryption process. It is very simple. Okay, right? And what are the modes it is going to support? Already we discussed block cipher modes of operation. It is going to support ECB, that is electronic code book. Okay, CBC, cipher block chaining with padding. Okay, so counter mode. Okay, so and CBC with padding. So all these different modes of operation it is going to support. So that is about RC5 algorithm, RC5 and Blowfish. And thank you. Clear? So in the next class we will discuss about RC4 algorithm. Thank you.